Right. Hello, I'm Terrence, and I'm here with my 41 card Tzolkin Hero deck, and I'm just going to do a few test hands to try to show what some of the combos are, what the plays you can do. As the deck is very combo oriented, it's sort of very hard to tell you one linear combo, so I'll just do a few test hands just to show you what's possible with the deck. I primarily like to go second with this deck because the extra card really helps in terms of the combos, but I will try first at least one 5-card hand in this video. So we've opened up our Sky Striker Mecha Hornet Drones, Destiny Hero Dreamer, Called by the Grave, Plague Spreader Zombie, Pot of Inquisitiveness, and Vision Hero Vion. While we've opened up decent as well, we've also opened up Called by the Grave, which can stop a hand trap, which would typically stop our play. So to start off with, we're going to start off with activating Mecha Hornet Drones to get our Sky Striker token. Next up, I will normal summon Vision Hero Vion and activate its effect. Typically, in my experiences, where people would typically use a hand trap against me, so luckily for me, we'll assume that they have, and I'll Call by the Grave. So this is where I will send our Elemental Hero Shadowmist to our graveyard. Shadowmist effect will trigger, adding our Destiny Hero Malicious. We'll activate Shadowmist's second effect to banish it to add our Polymerization. This is where we'll activate our Polymerization to send our Plague Spreader Zombie and our Destiny Hero Malicious. Summon Destiny Hero Dangerous. We will activate our effective Destiny Hero Dangerous, sending our Dreamer to send another Destiny Hero from to our grave. We will send our Celestial. At this moment in time, we'll link off with our token and Dangerous to summon our Isolde, Two-Tail of the Noble Knight, activate its effect to add a hero. We will add, or any warrior type monster. In this case, I'll add Destiny Hero Plasma. I'll activate Isolde's second effect. We'll send equip spells to special summon. We'll send DDR and Divine Sword Phoenix Blade, special summon our tuner from our deck, which in this case is TG Striker. We will then activate our Malicious effect from graveyard to special summon out our first copy. We will synchro with our TG Striker and our Vision Hero Vion to summon out our Coral Dragon. We will then synchro with these two to special summon out our Ultimate Tzolkin. Coral Dragon's effect will trigger, drawing us a card. We drew the Phantom Knights of Shade Brigadier. We will then set our Phantom Knights of Shade Brigadier to trigger our Tzolkin's effect to special summon out our Crystal Winged Synchro Dragon. At this point, I will banish Malicious to special summon another copy of Malicious from our deck. I will then use Pot of Inquisitiveness, shuffling back 3, our Malicious, and Shadowmist to draw a card. We draw into another Called by the Grave. So at this point, I will use our Plague Spreader Zombie to top deck our Destiny Hero Plasma. I will then activate Phantom Chain Breakdown, which I can activate Field No Traps in our grave. Same as I said, special summon it. I'll now link away with these 4 to summon our Saryuja Skuldra and activate its effect. Again, luckily we have the Call by the Grave, so we can stop another hand trap. So we'll draw 4 and put back 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we're going to put back our Destiny Hero Malicious, Plasma, and our Foolish Burial, keeping our Reinforcement of the Army. We'll activate a copy of Reinforcement of the Army to add another copy of our Vision Hero Vial. We will activate Saryuja's effect to special summon our Vision Hero Vial. We'll use Vion's second effect, which is not a hard one per turn, to banish another copy of Vion to add Polymerization from our deck. We will then activate our Polymerization to fuse with Vion and our Tzolkin to summon out Dragon Knight Draco Keist, who's currently now 3/5 thanks to Saryuja's effect. We'll use Draco Keist's effect to banish our Ultimate Tzolkin to copy its effect. And we will now use our Divine Sword Phoenix Blade, banishing our Isolde Two Tails of the Noble Knights and our TG Striker to add back Divine Sword Phoenix Blade. We will set our copy of Divine Sword Phoenix Blade, triggering a piece of Tzolkin, and we get to summon our Void Ogre Dragon, who's now again pumped up to 3/3 defense and 3/3 attack due to our Saryuja Skuldra. On our ending board will be Saryuja Skuldra, our Void Ogre Dragon, Dragon Knight Draco Keist, Crystalline Dragon with our DDR set, plus due to our Celestial, which we've loaded up, in our grave we can hopefully draw 2 cards during our next turn. So that was our first test hand. I'll just shuffle up and start again. There, we're going to second once again. We draw Pot of Desires, Elemental Shadow Mist, Destiny Draw, Hornet Drones, another copy of Hornet Drones, who would have guessed it, and Instant Fusion. So for this moment, I'm going to activate our Skystalker and Hornet Drones, and then chain another copy so we get 2. I will link with our Mecha Hornet Drones and other Mecha Hornet Drones to go into, once again, our Isolde, Two Tails of the Noble Knights. We'll activate our Isolde effect to add a warrior type monster. In this case, we will add our Destiny Hero Celestial. We will activate our Instant Fusion to summon out our Invoked Raijin. We will normal summon our Shadow Mist. It will link off for 2, excuse the proxy, it will be our Nightmare Goblin. We will activate our Shadow Mist to chain link 1, our Nightmare Goblin to chain link 2, discarding our Destiny Hero Celestial, and then our Shadow Mist will resolve, adding a Starvision Hero Vion. With our additional normal summon, we will normal summon Vision Hero Vine, activating its effect to send a hero, sending our Destiny Hero Malicious. We will then use our second effect on Vion to banish our Shadow Mist Engrave to add a polymerization to our hand. We will next activate Isolde's second effect to send our equipped spells to special summon, so we'll send our Divine Sword Phoenix Blade and DDR to summon our tuner, once again of TG Striker. We'll activate our Malicious effect, especially in the 1 copy deck. We'll synchro with TG Striker and Biome to summon our Coral Dragon. We will then synchro with our Coral Dragon and Malicious to summon out Card Tzolkin. Coral Dragon's effect will trigger, drawing this card. We go to our Resonator Call. We can then set our polymerization to trigger Card Tzolkin's effect to summon out our first monster of Crystal Wind Synchro Dragon. We can then activate our second copy of Malicious in our graveyard to summon our last copy from our deck. We'll then activate polymerization, fusing our Malicious and our Tzolkin to summon out our Dracula Keist. We'll use a Keist effect to banish our Tzolkin to copy its effect. We'll then set our Resonator Call to activate its effect to special summon out our Void Ogre Dragon. We can then link away to summon out our Decode Talker. In this situation, I could have done my placement better, but in this case, we'll just set out the 2 cards, and we'll end it with a Decode Talker, Dracula Keist, Crystal Wing, and our Void Ogre. We still have plays in terms of our Pot of Desires, our Resonator Call for our next turn, and a Destiny Draw. And once again, we still have our Destiny Hero Celestial loaded in our grave to draw 2. I'll do one more test hand, but this time I'll do as going first with 5 cards and see where that takes me. So I'll draw 5 cards this time. I'll open Resonator Call, Call by the Grave, Elemental Shadow Mist, Defense Must Shape Brigadine, and not a copy of our Shadow Mist. Right. First, I'll activate our Resonator Call to add our red Resonator. I will roll some red Resonator to special summon our Elemental Hero Shadow Mist as effect. I will set our Phantom Shape Brigadine and activate it because we don't control any traps in our graveyard. We will link into our Isolde, 2 Tales of the Middle Night, and activate its effect and Shadow Mist's Chain Link. Our Shadow Mist Chain Link 1 and our Isolde's Chain Link 2. Result, we will add Destiny Hero Celestial, and our Shadowist will add a Special Hero Violin. We'll activate our result effect. This time we'll only send one of our Divine Sword Phoenix Blade to special summon out. Our Destiny Hero Dreamer. We'll have to link with these two into our games again for our proxy of Nightmare Goblin. We'll activate our Goblin's effect, discarding our Celestial for cost to last life for additional normal summon. A normal summon Vision Hero Vial activates effect, sending Destiny Hero Malicious to our grave. We will banish our Shadow Mist from our graveyard to add Polymerization. We'll deck to our hand. We'll activate our first copy of Malicious, special summon the copy from our deck. We'll go for our Sayuja to see if what we can do with our hand. Activates effect. Drawing 1, 2, 3, 4. We will put back our Shadow Mist, our Destiny Draw, and our Instant Fusion. We'll activate our Chaos Zone. We'll use our Phoenix Blade's effects by banishing our Isolde and Dreamer to add it back to our Phoenix Blade back to our hand, putting our Chaos Zone on 2 counters. We'll use our user's effect to special summon our Vision Hero Vion. We'll use Vision Hero Vion's effect, banishing Vion once again, to putting our Chaos Zone on 3 and adding our other polymerization for our deck to our hand. We will then banish our Malicious, special in our last copy from our deck, putting our Chaos Zone up to 4 counters. We'll cover our Phoenix Blade onto our Vision Hero Vion and mark out Polymerization. To summon out our Destiny Hero Dangerous. We'll activate our Phoenix Blade again, banishing our Malicious. Bring us at 6. To add it back to our hands. We'll activate Dangerous Effect, discarding to send our last Destiny Hero Plasma Torgrave. We then activate our Chaos Zone, removing 6 counters to special summon out our Destiny Hero Dangerous. At this moment in time, this is the furthest I can go due to the nature of our action being very tight. Typically, I've had loads of choices. You can make a Photon Strike Bouncer or a Beatrice. It's all up to personal preference, but this is currently where I can go going first. But I've hopefully shown off some of the possibilities you can do with this deck. There's quite a few roads to go down, and I hope this helps out anyone who hopefully wants to build a deck.